Today I'm going to show you step by step how to create a bare bones budget if you are experiencing job loss, anything financial crisis, if you need to cut your budget drastically, what to do to bring your budget as low as humanly possible for the month. I'm going to walk you through how to do that, how to still be able to pay your bills even though you just had a huge pay cut or whatever it is. I'm going to walk you through it. Stay tuned. Hey friends, welcome to Freedom in a Budget. I'm Kelly and my channel is all about living life well in a budget, but just not to be constricting, but no, they give you freedom. And I talk about personal finance, budgeting, investing, growing your income, all of that fun stuff on my channel. So if you're new, I hope that you subscribe and join the family. All right, so today we're going to talk about bare bones budget, what to do if you have something going on, a crisis, and you need to cut your budget drastically. We're going to walk you through it. I'm going to show you a real life budget in Excel. I'm going to show you what steps that you would take if you need to create this budget for you. And honestly, if you're watching this, you're probably going through that time right now. But I honestly think that even if you're not in crisis mode, even if you're not, that this should be something that you should have in case that happens. So that way, when you're in crisis mode, your brain's not thinking properly. You should have this budget set up ahead of time so that when that time comes, you can pull it up and you can just go ahead and put it into action. I personally have this as a tab in my Excel spreadsheet. I have every month has its own tab. Then I have a bare bones budget tab as well. So if something happens, we can just pull it up and we can go tweak it, do whatever we have to do. But the majority of it is already done. And all of the stress and anxiety is out of the picture so that you can have a clear understanding of what you're getting to. So let's head over to Excel. Okay, here we are in Excel. And the first thing that I'm going to do, this kind of zoomed out for a little bit. I'm going to do this and then I'm going to zoom in. So what we are going to do is, this is my, let's say it's my May budget for May 2020. And I need to go and make this a bare bones budget. So the first thing I'm going to do in Excel is I'm going to go and do move or copy and then move to end, create a copy. And I'm going to rename this bare bones budget. I personally believe that you should have a bare bones budget at all times, ready to go, ready just to have it for whenever something comes up, whenever you need to. It's already there. That way you're not doing it when you're in crisis mode. Like I said, you want to be able to do it when you have a clear, level head, when you aren't freaking out, when you're not panicking. And that way you can just figure it out and just go through it with a clear head. And then when something happens, you can just go and tweak it and just make it your own. So we are in our bare bones budget right now. It's the same exact one as before. And we can just go and update it. So what we're going to start doing is we are going to cut any unnecessary spending. Anything that does not need to be there is going to get cut. And this is something that you can go and tweak as you go. But we want to see what is the lowest that we can get our monthly expenses if crisis happened. So I'm just going to put this as month because whatever month it's going to land on. So our income, we're going to assume that this is going to stay the same for our income, and we're going to try and get our costs as low as possible for this. And then as you know, income may change, then you can go and adjust it. But we want to have extra money left over. So I'm going to also just add a little thing here so that we can just see how much we're cutting as we're going. So I'm going to go 4,000 minus 4,000. So this is a zero-based budget. I always believe in doing zero-based budget. Your income minus your expenses should equal zero. You're going to plan on those expenses. So right now it's at $0. We are totaled out at zero, which is perfect, which is what we want. But we want to start cutting, right? Okay. So this family, they bring in on average $4,000 a month. We're just going to say it's $1,000 from each paycheck. Now, tithe and charity, personal beliefs. I believe that we still, or my family, we always tithed, even when I was in debt, even when living paycheck to paycheck. There was one time in my life where I wasn't tithing, and that was when it was really, really bad. And so I always make tithing a priority personally. Okay, so we're going to leave that the same. Now this is, you can do whatever you want for your own personal beliefs. Mortgage, $800. We're going to leave that the same because obviously that's not going to change. Now extra towards mortgage, that we're going to do 0. We're going to take that out. Right now this is bare bones. Electric, we can probably cut a little bit from electric bill. You know, we just watched my video on how to lower your electric bill. So I'm going to make it a goal to cut $20 from our electric goal. So now it's at $130. Cell phone, we're going to leave cell phone the same. Internet the same. Now, cell phone, internet, these types of things, these are things that you can call and negotiate. I'm going to have a thing in my blog post down below of how to negotiate for your electric bills, for those bills, a script that you can use that you can call up, and how to negotiate. So I'll have that in the blog post listed, link down below, so make sure you go check that out. We're going to keep that the same. Car insurance, we're going to cut down to $150 because I really recommend for you guys to check out Gabi. Gabi is amazing with car insurance and how they're able to help lower your bill. They shop around for you. You make your payment right through Gabi. And a big thing that you have to watch out for in car insurance is when you're wanting to lower your rate, making sure that you're getting a better deal versus just lowering your liability. You have to be careful that you're not just cutting liability, because a lot of times that's the easy way for these companies to get your business is we're able to offer you $100 less than what they're paying. But then when you compare the policies, it's totally different. So make sure that you're getting the same liabilities. So with Gabi, we're going to lower that $50 to $150. FabFitFun, guys, subscription boxes, they got to go for right now. Groceries are going to stay the same at $400 because we do have a decent sized family that we have to feed. Eating out is going to get cut to $50. We are bare bones. You know, we'll maybe Chick-fil-A every now and then, but bare bones for eating out, and then $50 for entertainment and personal spending money. We're going to cut that as well. So far, as you can see, guys, we've already cut a total of $469.99. So we've already cut almost $470 from this budget so far, which is awesome. All right, credit card. So now we're into our debt. So because this is a little bit confusing, but stay with me. So because of the zero-based budget before, we were putting an extra, I think it was $425 towards our credit card bill because it's a zero-based budget. So we're working the debt snowball with that. But right now, we're not going to be working that debt snowball. So we are just going to bring this down to $25 because we're just going to pay minimums. So our minimums for our debt, credit card is $25. We're already paying minimums on our car, which is $250, and student loan, which is $200. So total debt payment now is $475. Okay, we're going to keep on going here. Sinking funds. Sinking funds are awesome, and sinking funds are a way to help prevent you from going into debt. If a car repair happens, if something happens with your roof, if something happens with your AC, vacations, Christmas should not be a time to go into debt. Medical is one of the number one reasons why people file bankruptcy is because of medical bills, which is so sad. So having, money set aside for medical is huge, important, but right now, bare bones budget, we need to cut this as much as possible. So these are all going to be zero. So as you can see here, we went from $4,000 before to now we're at $2,805. Guys, because of this bare bones budget, we have been able to cut over $1,000. We cut $1,195, which is amazing. That's huge. So this really just shows you what you can do as when you're really needing to cut. What steps you can take. And we could have cut more. We could have cut groceries. We could have cut eating out. We could have cut personal. We could have cut another $200 from this at least, minimum. We could have cut gas. But we want to, still have a little bit of breathing room and stuff. And we also want to up our side hustle. I have so many videos and blog posts and everything on how to side hustle, what to do for side hustle. So go check those out as well. I'll have those linked down below for you guys in the description box, as well as a blog of side hustles, all of that. But it really is going to help with increasing your income, because when you're in crisis mode, that is so important. All right, guys, I hope that was helpful. And this is something that, is so important for us today. It's so important, especially with what's going on in the world right now, but anytime, this is really important to have. If you would like this template, I do have it on my Etsy shop. And I've also been asked so many times about my budget with me videos. What happened to those, my monthly report card videos? Unfortunately, due to security reasons and some stuff that happened on the channel, I had to stop filming them on my channel on YouTube, but they are on my Patreon. So I'll have that link down below if you want to go check those out, as well as support the channel there. But that's what's going on with those. So I'm sorry, but they cannot be added to YouTube any longer for security reasons. I'm not going to get into what happened, but they're on my Patreon if you want to go check those out over there. And if you want to know how we're able to build 7 different streams of income, check this vid out here. And if you want to know why $1,000 is not enough for an emergency fund, why you got to up your emergency fund, check out this video here.